the reason why this legislation is so critical is that we are increasingly seeing all across the country efforts to criminalize the work of our medical community. Just last week, we found out that a physician in New York was charged by Louisiana for having prescribed medical care to a resident of Louisiana.
I don't believe that a Virginia doctor ought to be allowed to be advertising their telemedicine services in other states around the country, telling families that I will prescribe puberty blockers for your children in your state. I don't believe it should be allowed in Virginia. I don't believe it should be allowed for Virginia doctors to violate the laws, to clearly violate the laws of other states by offering their telemedicine services in those states to prescribe those procedures, particularly for children. And I would submit that this bill does that.
President, the senator alludes to a case where someone who performed an activity in a medical procedure in New York was charged with a violation of law in Louisiana. I would ask that the senator be a little more specific. What exactly did the doctor do in New York that caused Louisiana to charge them with a crime?
That provider in New York provided a prescription for mifepristone, if I'm saying that correctly, and thus was charged.
Senator Stanley.
Madam President, I would ask the senator, was that mifepristone that was prescribed to someone in Louisiana, was the person who received the prescription a child, someone under the age of 18?
I believe the individual was an adult.
I don't think she's right, but thank you. For somehow this nice doctor was arrested by this mean state of Louisiana for just practicing medicine and doing what is lawful in New York. I had to read further, and when I read further, Madam President, this is what I found, which makes even the argument and the need for this bill even more disturbing. Baton Rouge, Louisiana, arrest warrant has been issued for a New York doctor indicted on Friday by a Louisiana grand jury for allegedly prescribing abortion pills online to a pregnant minor. The case appears to be the first instance of criminal charges against a doctor accused of sending abortion pills to another state, but that's not the reason. Last year, a woman requested abortion medication online from Dr. Carpenter, the doctor in New York, for her daughter, whose age has not been specified but was a minor. This is from the AP. Clayton said the request from the person to the doctor was made through a questionnaire only and no consultation with the patient whatsoever. A cocktail of pills were then mailed by this doctor from New York, doing lawful things, to the woman who then directed and forced her daughter to take the pill. And, believe it or not, after taking the drug, the girl experienced medical emergency while alone, called 911, and was transported to the hospital. Now, if that is not a reason, this case alone, to vote against this bill, I don't know what is. You know, we make it very strict around here. I've been a part of telemedicine telehealth. I sit on the telemedicine telehealth board. We're very proprietary when it comes to our doctors, and we want our doctors to perform services to their patients in accordance with our laws. But if this bill protects a Virginia doctor doing what this New York doctor did in another state, then what in fact are we doing is we're hiding, assisting, encouraging even malpractice, which could then put a child's health, safety, and welfare in peril, in jeopardy. No person in this body in good conscience can vote for this bill. If you're trying to protect doctors, there's another way to do it. But this is not the way, Madam President, and I respectfully submit that every single one of us, in protection even of our own doctors, but in protection of those people that may be subjected to what this minor was subjected to, and we all should vote no on Senate Bill 1098 as amended. And I thank you, Madam President.
To that state, what this bill proposes doing is having a Virginia doctor
treat someone in another state and then trying to exempt that doctor from the laws of the other state. We can't do that, members of this body. That would be the same as in Washington or Oregon, where they legalize every kind of drug known to man. They could then send in LSD to somebody who claims, I need LSD to help me with whatever mental problems I've gotten. They send in LSD to our person. They overdose on the LSD and die. And then that state's going to say, no, you can't come after our doctor who sent LSD illegally in violation of your laws and killed somebody in your state. You can't extradite them. This is a wrong theory of law. And I ask that you vote against this bill.
Shall Senate Bill 1098 pass? All in favor of the motion will record their votes aye. Those opposed, no. Are the senators ready to vote? Have all senators voted? Do any senator desire to change their vote? The clerk will close the roll.
Ayes 21, noes 19.
Ayes 21, noes 19. The bill passed.